Anti-abortion and pro-choice protesters square off on the steps of the U.S. Supreme Court, making their voices heard as the Supreme Court confirms a leaked opinion that would overturn Roe v. Wade is authentic. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. A mix of emotions rippling across the country tonight as a draft of the Supreme Court's opinion to overturn Roe v. Wade is confirmed by the High Court. In a statement, the court says the draft does not represent a decision by the court or the final position of any of its members on the issues in the case.
With the Supreme Court poised to overturn the landmark case that legalized abortion nationwide, protesters flooded the streets demanding to be heard. This a live look now outside the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C., where both anti-abortion and pro-choice demonstrators have been gathered all day. Also video from earlier to show you just how impassioned people are on both sides of this issue. Now, with the Supreme Court poised to overturn the landmark case that legalized abortion, protesters flooded the streets. Here at home, hundreds of people took to the streets tonight, heartbroken and angry that Roe v. Wade might in fact be overturned.
Fox 5's Alex Whitler joins us live from Centennial Olympic Park, where the protests began. And Alex, what was the group's message tonight?
Courtney, those protesters say they're not only angry at the possibility of Roe v. Wade being overturned, but they're also fearful of what's to come. Hundreds of people paraded through downtown Atlanta streets to send a clear message to those in power.
Uteruses in Georgia who are, of childbearing age that will not be able to access safe and legal abortion.
This week, a leaked Supreme Court opinion draft from February captivated the country. It suggests the nation's highest court could overturn the landmark case Roe versus Wade.
I don't know where it came from or how it got out there. I'm sure whoever put it out there had a political motive, which is, not for me to judge why they're doing that, but with that information, I think it is a scary thing.
If overturned, 26 states are likely to ban abortion. Georgia's one of them.
It was actually quite ridiculous simply because we've already been through this, and the fact that they're trying to manipulate this whole situation.
Tuesday's peaceful abortion rights protest started in Centennial Olympic Park, where the group chanted and tripled in size from 4:30 to 6:45. They then marched to the state capitol, at times blocking traffic to draw attention to a topic they say concerns everyone.
My sign says you can only ban safe abortions, and it doesn't help that we also don't have a great sex education in the country. We don't have great access. We don't have universal health care. There's a lot of factors that make banning abortions, regardless, it's always bad, but it makes it even worse when they're trying to do this when we don't have any other resources.
We do our best to bring you all sides of every story. I did ask about counter protests and ask people in the crowd if they had differing opinions. They did not, but stay with us because tonight at 11 on Fox 5 News Edge, you'll hear from a woman who says she's concerned the possibility Roe v. Wade will be overturned ends up setting a precedent for people who are struggling to have families. Reporting in Atlanta, Alex Whitler, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, important to note, Alex, there are some strong opinions on both sides of this issue. Thanks. Just 3 years ago, Georgia lawmakers approved the so-called heartbeat bill in our state, outlawing abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. That law has been held up in court, but the Supreme Court ruling could change that. We spoke with a law professor at Emory who says it's important to keep in mind this is only a first draft, so no one should assume that this opinion will become law.
Well, there's lots of states that have laws that say that abortion will become illegal the moment that Roe versus Wade is officially overturned. So that's why it matters whether or not this opinion uses that kind of language, and the first draft does use that kind of language.
Nevertheless, Georgia lawmakers are hoping this will drive voters to the polls. Georgia House Minority Leader James Beverly believes the issue could help Democrats flip the Georgia House this year.
Reaction to the predicted ruling is now coming in from Georgia's top politicians. Governor Kemp's office released a statement saying, in part, Georgia is a state that values life at all stages. We look forward to the court issuing its final ruling. However, this unprecedented breach of U.S. Supreme Court protocol is deeply concerning, end quote. Georgia Democratic candidate for governor, Stacey Abrams, says, as a woman, I'm enraged by the continued assault on our right to control our bodies. As an American, I'm appalled by the SCOTUS breach and its implications. Fox 5 is staying on top of this developing story. Visit our website, fox5atlanta.com, or download the Fox 5 News app for reaction from other top Georgia officials about the possibility the High Court will overturn Roe v. Wade.
Also breaking